Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm Ross Benjamin, and as always on a Friday, I'm joined for our college basketball betting edition by Mr. Chip Chirimbus of ChipWins.com, longtime successful handicapper. Chipper, haven't talked to you much this week.
Yep. Well, without the football season, I think we're both settling down a little bit, unwinding. I still can't wait for the kickoff 6 months from now. We're counting the days. But, college basketball's here, and we're gearing up and really starting to gain some momentum. After stubbing my toe on Saturday, took Sunday off. I was so frustrated and have reeled off 4 straight megabuck winners. So looking forward to a conference game of the year this Saturday.
Yeah, typically Saturdays in January and February in college basketball, we're looking at 140 plus games on the college basketball betting board. And last week I went 5-1 in college basketball. On Saturday, my only loss, I had Navy -3.5 over Army, Chip. And your Army cadets beat me by 0.5 point. Is Navy only won the game by 3.
No matter which side you have, it's going to be a battle. You know that.
Yeah. And also hit my 10-star top play on Saturday with Ohio State. I'll have 5 to 7 plays up for sale at rbwins.com in college basketball on Saturday. Been on a nice run. We'll cover the basketball runs we're on later in the program. Any thoughts of what you've seen this week so far? How about the NBA? I know it's a college basketball betting edition, but going into the All-Star break.
Well, the NBA, of course, I think all the talk is surrounding the 76ers getting James Harden and the Nets getting Simmons, who was, and you know what? The general manager for the Philadelphia 76ers, I don't know if he did this purposely, Ross, or what the issue was, but he actually admitted that Ben Simmons was having some issues, some mental issues, and they haven't been paying him. So there's a good chance he's going to get all the money, because they admitting that, yes, he's got a mental problem. So that's his out. But anyway, those 2 big trades, I think that it's good for the Nets. They can take pressure off this guy as long as he doesn't play in the last 4 minutes of the game. Defense, rebounding, and assists. I mean, they need somebody that can play some defense and get some rebounds, because, Irving still is one of the best ball handlers in all of basketball. And when Durant gets back, maybe they could be formidable. I think he can fit in and play. I really think Simmons can help the Nets more in the long run than Harden will with the 76ers. I love Embiid, and now Harden, maybe he can give the ball up, which he has in the past when he's wanted to. It still becomes too dynamic in a playoff situation, Ross. You know what happens. He gets in that big situation, and it's like a gangbang against him, and his teams don't even survive, no matter what their ranking or seeding is.
Yeah, he seems to hang on to the ball way too long, expiring most of the 24-second clock, and I don't know. I mean, hard to knock a guy who's averaging what he averages for his career, but I understand what you're saying. Ben Simmons, a very underrated point guard at 6'11", and I don't think a lot of people realize he's a point guard.
Yeah,
and Chipper's right. His strength is on the defensive end. Obviously, he's very agile for his size, and his length really gives opposing point guards a lot of issues. So,
Ross, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not a great shooter, and you already touched upon. We have beat to death his difficulty at the free throw line. But go ahead, Chip.
Well, the NBA report, the scouting report on him was incredible, and it was right on the nail. It said that he shrinks in big games, and that this is from his, from his days before joining the NBA, and that he's not coachable, and that you're going to have difficulty getting him to fit in. And I guess it's all come to pass, because he isn't coachable. We've seen that. And he does shrink in big games. So Simmons, I still think he can be a great pro. I mean, those numbers and assists, rebounds, and that defense he plays, just what the Nets need. They don't have it.
Yeah, well, mental health is an issue that I don't think is paid no mind on the professional level as it should be. We look at these athletes and the money they make and say, what kind of problems could you possibly have, right, Chip? But
Well, I can understand that, but I just think this is all about he got his feelings hurt. And Doc Rivers, when they asked him if they could win with him, and he was truthful. And I don't think maybe you can't. And that's what he was saying. I don't know. And Simmons, of course, was in a huff, but he doesn't work on his weak points in the offseason. All he does is work on dunks. He doesn't even bother shooting from the outside. He, as big an asset as he is in that way, he's a liability when it comes crunch time, Ross.
Yeah, we'll see. It's be interesting to see how it all plays out because a lot of hype with that trade, blockbuster trade at that, and yet we've yet to see Harden or Simmons play for their new team yet. So looking forward to seeing what transpires in the coming months. Chipper, college basketball, big Saturday. We love these cards when they're this size, and we get a lot to choose from, and we could become more selective and at the same time put out volume, which seems contradictory, but you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Anyway, you have a free pick for us in college basketball, and it comes in the ACC.
Yeah, I love this game, Ross, and I'm telling you, someone's going to have to pay for it somewhere along the line. And I think the Miami Hurricanes are going to pay for it on Saturday. Here they are, the ACC leaders. They're 10-3 at home, or they have been on the top of the ACC board. Coming in, and they're only 2.5-point favorites over a Virginia team who just got beat by Virginia Tech, which was a mega buck winner, by the way, over the Cavaliers, who had won their fourth straight previously. We've said all along that the one thing the Cavaliers do is play defense, and it hasn't stopped. Now, their offense this year hasn't been as efficient as in years past, and that's why their record isn't as good as it has been in the past. But they're only giving up 59.7 points a game, ranked 11th. But Ross, they're 336th on offense, so they're only scoring 63 points a game. But they're 6-0 after a loss. They just lost to Virginia Tech. They beat Miami earlier at home. And Miami's defensive efficiency this year is way down under Larinaga, which is quite surprising. 318th among all of these, 350 something? You know the exact number.
358, actually.
358. And, I think coming off that loss against Virginia Tech, 62-53, I think Virginia bounces back here. And I think the odds makers telling you that, Ross, this number is very shy for a team against a team that's only 4-6 on the road. And Miami is a very good basketball team. We've seen that. They're coming off a outright road win the last time out. So I'm playing against the Hurricanes here. I think the Cavaliers get it done. And I may go to this one, Ross. It's only about 18 miles away. So you may catch me there at 5 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time.
Yeah, if Miami doesn't win the ACC this year, they got nobody to blame but themselves for those 2 1-point losses at the hands of Florida State, who is really reeling right now,
right?
With no pun intended. Anyway, I'm going to look at a game that'll be off the radar a bit. It's in Conference USA between two very good clubs who I feel if one of them gets to the NCAA tournament, you want to keep an eye on as a possible first round upset or possibly even a sleeper to get to the Sweet 16. North Texas, who is 19-4, travels to Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama, I should say, to take on the UAB Blazers, who come in with a 20-6 record. Well, the last time these teams met was at North Texas, and UAB walked away with a 6-point road win. Since that time, North Texas has reeled off 11 straight wins, covered in 8 of those 11 games, and they've held their last 7 opponents to 62 points or fewer. North Texas has also shot 41.3% from the three-point line throughout their previous 5 games. And when you have an underdog, which North Texas is a 3.5-point underdog as we speak in this game, that's that red hot from three-point range, it often equates to the great equalizer in college basketball. And when you're talking about defense, UAB has really been dynamic offensively, but defensively, they've left a lot to be desired over their last 5 games, allowing better than 74 points per contest, while opponents have shot 47% and 36% from beyond the three-point arc. I think North Texas, I've got a strong feeling, I should say, North Texas gains their revenge in this matchup. Take North Texas plus the 3.5 at UAB on Saturday, February 19th. And Chip Chirimbus, he likes the Virginia Cavaliers plus the 2.5 at Miami of Florida. Chip, what do you got going on coming weekend, and any good streaks to talk about?
Yeah, thank you for that, Ross. I've won my last 4 megabuck plays after losing last Saturday in college basketball. So we're on track right now, 16-6. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have my first conference play of the year in college basketball. You know, we were 9-0 with conference plays of the year in college football this season. Unspectacular, 9-0. But we're looking to start right here. We got a game of the year on Saturday.
So Chip Chirimbus, college basketball conference game of the year goes on Saturday. You can find all his picks, his subscription plans at chipwins.com. That's chipwins.com. You could find me at rbwins.com. It's R as in Ross, B as in Benjamin, WINS.com. And folks, I've been on a very good 33-21 all sports run. That's good for 61%. My college basketball sides have gone 14-6 with my last 20. College basketball overall, 10-5 with my last 15. College basketball 10-star top plays, 91-66, 58%. And that dates all the way back to February 27th of 2018. And what am I missing? The NBA. I closed out the first half of the NBA season on a 14-6 run. A lot of winners, a lot of good basketball winners. We're honing in right now, right through March Madness in the NBA playoffs. Again, chipwins.com, rbwins.com. Stop complaining about a free pick that loses once in a while. By the way, me and Chipper are 4-0 with our last 2 videos. It's 4-0 combined, and we're doing awfully well. But folks, you got to invest a little bit of money if you want to be serious about winning in sports betting. Chipwins.com, rbwins.com. Until the next time, for Chip Chirimbus and Ross Benjamin, take care and God bless, folks.